Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
What's up, everyone? Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. Today is Thursday, day number 4 in this 5-part series of the Morning Alignment System program introduction. Today's topic is this: filling up the cup. As always, thank you all for joining. Really appreciate you guys. Sit back, relax, and enjoy part 4. So today we're going to talk about filling up the cup. Now, what the heck does that mean? Yesterday, we talked a little bit about studying, right? Getting into this habit of reading, listening, audiobooks, podcasts, whatever it might be. Now, information is basically useless unless we actually apply it, right? I used to be in this habit with myself. I would just overconsume the hell out of content. Like, I would just read and read and read and listen and listen and listen, and then the next podcast, and then the next audiobook, and then the next, Kindle book I would read, and then I would just read and read and read and read and read and listen and listen and listen and listen and take notes and take notes and take notes, and I never actually did anything with anything, right? Like, I just never was in the habit of actually taking action on what I was learning, and I got to this place and I realized, why am I not getting the results that I want? Like, why am I not actually, moving forward? And then it hit me upside the head like a brick. Like, dude, you're not taking any action. You're not actually applying the stuff you're learning. And I know this sounds common sense. It really does. And granted, years ago, I was a pretty big idiot in a lot of areas of my life. And I'm not saying I'm not now, but I've learned this process of application is crucial, but it's something that so many of us just kind of skip by sometimes, honestly. Like, if you think about it, when was the last time you actually studied something and then applied it? Maybe you do that every day. Maybe you're on point with this, like, good for you. But it's very easy to fall into this trap of, like, once you get into this habit of reading or listening to a podcast or doing whatever, like, take this podcast, for example. Like, how many of you, and be honest with yourself, how many of you actually do the challenge I present with you every day? I'll bet you it's like 0. Like, I'll bet you it is. If you do it, then kudos to you. But, like, how often do you really do the stuff that people ask for you? Like, I promise you, like, I do these challenges that I send out to you guys, like, almost every day. Like, now, granted, some days I get off track and off topic, and I just kind of forget about it until the next day, and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't do what I even told my people on my podcast to do. Like, what a liar, But at the end of the day, like, if you're not actually applying the things that you are learning, the learning's useless, right? So filling up the cup has to do with not only filling up your own cup in terms of gratitude and learning and expansion and actually utilizing what you are learning to better yourself. But when was the last time you actually, declared something to another person, or on Facebook or online, or just went up to someone and, told them that you appreciated them for what they did, or, actually tried to teach someone genuinely something that you didn't have to for a job, or, something that you learned that helped you, and then move on and teach that to somebody else, like, without expectation of return? Probably never. Like, I've literally just started doing this in the last month, and it has changed not only my relationship with a lot of people, but it has changed me as a person, because when you give without that expectation of return to teach, like, it absolutely changes things, And granted, I don't do it every single day. I'm getting in the habit of it, but what I'm getting at is this habit of declaring something. Even if you just literally read something for 5 minutes in a sales book or an accounting book or whatever it is that you do, and then just post about it on Facebook or text someone. Like, just getting that out there into the world creates this entirely new game of actually applying what you are learning. And I get it. Like, it can be scary at times. Like, for me, starting this podcast was one of the most terrifying things I ever did. Like, I did these in practice and just saved them on my computer for like 2 months before I actually published anything. Like, I did. I still have the files on my computer. It's scary to put stuff out there because we always think that someone else is going to think what we say or our insights are stupid or we don't know what we're talking about. Like, we live in such a world where everyone wants to tear everyone down that, you know, you're almost afraid to speak up sometimes and just declare and just say, like, this is what I'm learning. And even though it's not as far as advanced as someone else might be, like, this is where I'm at, you know? And I'm not the best podcast on iTunes. Like, I'm not talking about anything super groundbreaking or awesome or anything that's, you know, Tony Robbins level or whoever else, you know, but this is where I'm at. Like, this is what goes through my mind and my world every day that I come and share with you guys. Like, and it's been something that has taken me a long time to really come, like, to be okay with and not feel a sense of dread about it. So there is that element to it. But getting into this habit of just publishing, of just declaring, filling up someone else's cup in terms of knowledge, teaching, care, right? Like, it does something to you. And I can't really explain it. Like, it just does something. Putting that out there, making it known, declaring something is just like, it changed the game for me. It changed the game for me. And there's no right way to do this. You can do it online. You can do it in person. You can Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. I don't care. Like, it does not matter. Like, something is better than nothing. You can even write it in a journal. Like, write it in a journal to yourself. Keep it to yourself for a while. Like, it's fine. I did that. I still do that, like, every day. The point is to apply what you are learning, not just to yourself, but to others, and give others value up front. So that's filling up the cup. And that is really the culmination of this entire, you know, morning routine alignment system that I have created. Like, the whole point of it is to build up the power in yourself to where at the end of that, at the end of this routine, at the end of your routine every single day, like, this is the last thing I do. I'm so full of power and insight and just feeling good about myself. And I can come on here and be in a place where I am in a position to give you guys value that is way better than what I would have done an hour and a half ago when I woke up. And my mind was just absolutely tired, groggy, doubtful, fearful, like, whatever. Like, I deal with all of that through a workout, through meditation, through my diet, you know, through studying. And then I culminate all of this into this podcast every single day with you guys to be like, hey, this is what's going on. You know, use this in this way. Right? So I hope you see, like, the logical progression here of this routine and how I can coach you through this process. Like, when you wake up, your mind is usually not in the right place. You have to get your mind and your body in sync and aligned towards what you're actually going after. And this routine, and it doesn't have to be like, we can work and we can manipulate and change and tweak things to what fits you personally and what will actually work for you in your life and your situation. But at the end of the day, like, these are the 4 necessary components to something that's going to align you and make sure that you just take off like a rocket. I've seen it before in other people. I've seen it in myself, and I want to teach some of you, if not all of you, and other people out there, like, the true power of this alignment system in the morning. So that is really the culmination of this 5-part series. I shouldn't say the culmination. That's part 4. But really, there's nothing else to add on to that. Tomorrow's just going to be a little bit of a summary. We're going to talk about all of this. I'm going to just walk through this with you guys one more time. And I'm going to offer you guys a special offer tomorrow to join. And I really hope that you tune in and you get excited about this offer, because there's a whole bunch of stuff in here, including a free week of coaching, one-on-one with me, some ebooks, some really, really awesome tools and techniques, and really a lot of value for what your money is. So I really hope that you guys are getting value out of these. I really hope that you understand this process and what I'm trying to accomplish by moving into this. And I really, really hope that you decide to step forward at the end of the week and step into a one-on-one coaching program with me if it's really something that you know that you can get value from. Like, I will work with you one-on-one every single day. So that's going to wrap up today's show. If you want more details about the morning alignment system coaching program I have to offer, stick around here. You'll have more details on that in a second. As always, thank you all for joining. Dan Hafner signing off. Make it a great rest of your day. Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast, a quick and powerful way to start your day and create more impact in your world. Whether you start your day listening to this podcast in the car, working out, or seeing your family out the door, the way you start your day is critical to the results you get that day. Once I took the steps to change my sluggish and lazy mornings into focused, power-filled routines, everything changed in my life. If you're possibly considering changing up your life, trying new things, or perhaps tackling a different approach to your morning, maybe it's time you had some accountability. Personal coaching, even online coaching, can create massive accountability for you, lead you towards the change you have been seeking, and ultimately get you the results you want. If this sounds like something you know you could benefit from, and you already love the show, try 1 week of one-on-one personal coaching from me, Dan Hafner, 100% complimentary free. Using the world's #1 online coaching platform, I will guide you through the process I used to turn my life around and show you how you can turn yours around. Don't start off sluggish. Start with a purpose. Click on the link in the notes part of this episode, or go to www.coach.me/dhafner and join the Morning Alignment System Coaching Program today.